Hello, my name's Lewis Tyler, Managing Editor of International Fire and Safety Journal and Fire Safety Journal Americas. Delighted to be here at FDIC on the MSA stand and delighted to be joined by Kurt Armstrong, Regional Manager. Kurt, really good to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Now, we were just talking there a second ago and we've discussed it with the company previously. You know, all of the lead up to FDIC this year has been centered, especially from your perspective, of this in front of us.
It has.
So if you want to just give us a brief overview, you know, what this is.
Yeah, so just focusing on what is new and exciting with the G1 platform. Electronics and SCBA are advancing over time here, and one of the things that makes this platform unique is we can integrate things like the required integrated pass device. We can give enhanced communication systems both to accentuate or project the firefighter's voice. As we continue to focus on G1 electronics, we include things like the required pass device, enhanced communications, the projection of a firefighter's voice, but also the clarity of communications on the fireground. We can integrate things like a communication device in addition to a thermal imaging camera without adding complexity to other components. The way we integrate these things is not by adding additional size, weight, battery management, or electronics back to the mask. So we've been able to simplify this mask with integration of light pipes that allow us to deliver that heads-up display information to the heads-up display windows on either side of the facepiece. Battery management for all those electric systems, they're a necessary evil for us. So I'm going to switch this around here a second and show all of those systems that I just mentioned that are integrated into the breathing apparatus are powered through one central battery pack. That central battery source or power source is a lithium-ion rechargeable battery. That not only simplifies battery management for the entire system, it also helps to just negate some of the overall life of the product cost of ownership. The way we can check that battery status without taking the SCBA out of the jump seat, without pressurizing the SCBA, I can push and hold one of these green mode buttons. The SCBA display is going to tell me what that battery status is. And then we have an integrated battery key. This battery key allows me to simply come to the SCBA. I can remove the battery, short and simple, go to that charging bank, grab a fresh battery, and that's my battery install. As soon as you introduce a new battery to the system, it's going to come on automatically. It's going to run a complete self-diagnostic check, and then it's going to tell me that I can just quick double press the button again on this mode button. It's going to give me that green check mark, telling me that I'm ready to go to work. And then I can shut this electronics off and go to the next SCBA.
And then I think on the topic of technology, Bluetooth connectivity is a really key feature of the SCBA. So, you know, go through some of those features.
Sure, we do a couple of things with the Bluetooth capabilities. So the first thing is we're able to, very similar to what you probably do with your cell phone, we're able to do firmware software updates. So we have an enhancement to the power source. We have a new feature that we want to introduce to the G1 platform. Having that firmware software update allows us to integrate those new capabilities with just a simple annual upload. When our service providers are coming to your fire department to do your annual flow test, in parallel to that effort, they're also automatically updating the firmware software. So you're not stuck with an outdated device 3 or 5 years into the ownership of this SCBA. We can continue to enhance or improve your experience with this product over the 10 or 15 years of the life of the SCBA.
And this is designed for productivity on the fireground, for safety of the first responder. So we're with thousands of firefighters, ex-firefighters here throughout this week. What's the feedback been?
Yeah, so one of the things that really makes this G1 platform stand out is how we achieve Bluetooth communication specifically. One of the top aspects of what's important to a firefighter is being able to communicate effectively on the fireground. We hear a lot of times when we're listening to radio traffic, could you repeat that last transmission? We just didn't quite catch that. We want that to be as streamlined and simplified as possible. So the way we achieve Bluetooth communications is we've integrated a microphone into this second stage regulator. We use those microphones first to project the firefighter's voice from a team or localized level. So crew to crew, that communication is clearer. But because we're utilizing the microphones inside this mask, when it comes to Bluetooth communications, we can immediately pick up that firefighter's voice. When they're keying the mic on their remote speaker microphone on the radio body, that's activating the microphone to open that channel of communications. And with the combination of what the G1 has provided as far as the connectivity and the radio Bluetooth capabilities, we can remove almost all background noise that's going on around the firefighter. So it's more likely that those critical radio transmissions are sent and received the first time and not 6 or 7 times down the road. In addition to just that noise canceling capability, just the fact that we have the microphone inside the mask directly in front of the firefighter's voice when he's speaking into that face piece, that clarity becomes a next level, and that also improves or enhances that overall fireground experience.
Final question then, what would you say, we've discussed connectivity, what would you say really sets this apart from anything else on the market?
Yeah, so the unfortunate reality that all SCBA manufacturers are facing is this SCBA is not getting significantly lighter the way we want. We do a whole lot as far as trying to minimize size weight. We recognize ounces can sometimes lead to pain on the fireground. So in addition to stripping the weight that we can from a design standpoint, we take this entire SCBA weight and we anchor it on the firefighter's hips. We get as much weight of this SCBA off their shoulders so that basically the shoulder straps are just holding the harness together and it moves far more naturally with your body. It's going to reduce your overall fatigue factor and just let you last a little bit longer on the fireground. This carrier and harness design is unique compared to anything else on the market, and that's what's going to improve this overall experience. It's and just simplify their world and make them a little happier when they're in the product.
Kurt, listen, we've kept you for 5 minutes. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.